Welcome to episode 190 of Clarity Compressed. My name is Paul J. Daly. I'll be your host. And today's a podcast about podcasts, but it's actually a lot more about life.
Let the good times roll.
This is Clarity Compressed.
So I'm episode 190. It's 10 episodes away from 200. If you've been here for any part of that journey, thank you for being here. I wonder who's been here from the beginning. Probably not many. But this week, I have recorded more podcasts than ever before. It's actually only Thursday right now. I'm recording this because I decided to start another podcast with my business partner, Kyle, in a company that we started called Contagious Auto. The new podcast, by the way, is called The Contagious 5. The Contagious 5. You can search it, F-I-V-E. And that's going to be a daily, everyday podcast. So I hope you join in. Kyle and I do it. It's a lot of fun. It's really short shot in the morning. So The Contagious 5. But what I want to talk about is the fact that that podcast came from an idea to iteration. That means doing it and executing all within about, 18 minutes from when we said, we're going to start doing this to I'm going to hit record and we're going to do this. And now we're recording it every day. And the reason I wanted this to be a podcast about podcasts, but really more about life, is because a lot of us, me included, wait until it's perfect, or wait until it's fully ideated, or wait until it's fully developed, or every little thing is in place before we take a step forward. And that can be not just paralyzing. Right? I'm kind of a recovering artistic perfectionist. I'm not there. But I learned a lot in the last 2 days about why that has probably been holding me back from a lot of things, and actually why I've probably robbed myself and my company and my family and people who depend on me. I've probably robbed them of opportunity because of my perfectionism there. And I see it a lot in the creative fields. A lot of my friends who are creative struggle with it. I struggle with it. But here's what I learned, that what I have executed in its imperfection is infinitely, literally I say that like infinitely, you can't calculate it because you can't multiply something by zero. So something that's never been released or never been put out because it's not been fully ideated, is that even a word, is zero return on investment, zero return on time. Actually, it's negative because you spent time and you never did it, versus the thing that has been released that is imperfect, but it's been released. So all of a sudden you start to get an ROI. And so the gap between no ROI or negative ROI and some ROI is actually infinite. You following me? The reality is, when I say it's more about life, you can't make progress until you start. You can't ever get it right the first time. No one's ever gotten it right the first time. And once you take a step, then you can correct, and then you can correct. You notice, do you ever try to turn wheels, like steering wheel or something, like when the car is still? When the thing isn't moving, especially if it doesn't have power steering, like we just got this go-kart at my house. And if you try to steer or turn it when it's not moving forward, it's very, very difficult. But once you just move just a little bit, even if it's in the wrong direction at first, you move it a little bit and now you're moving. Now you can turn the wheels to the other side much easier. And so much of life is like that. So many people standing on the sidelines. There's so many creatives not releasing something. So many people with ideas or that have something that the world needs to hear, but they want to make sure it's perfect before they say it. We miss out. They lose, we all lose. You know, we're kind of are in this culture now where there is some kind of stigma on being, getting it wrong or having someone speak against you. And honestly, I feel like we've gotten a little soft. I'm reading a book that was given to me by a friend. I just started it last night, called The Coddling of the American Mind. And it's really talking about how college campuses and how our youth is starting to be raised, instead of being prepared for the road, like being prepared because the road is tough and there's challenges and needs course corrections. Instead of being prepared for that, instead now we're trying to prepare the road for the young ones to make sure there are no bumps, or there's no place where it feels unsafe or it's unsettling or someone is triggered. That's a dangerous place to go, because this whole principle of releasing it before it's perfect, being willing to face some tension, being willing to face some criticism, to face an opposing idea, it all starts with being willing to do it. and being willing to move forward and being willing to step out. And every good, awesome thing that we have in life, whether it's in business or technology or science or whatever, relationships, it's because someone was willing to risk something. And the risk isn't a bad thing. Getting it wrong isn't a bad thing, right? Thomas Edison, right? I didn't learn how to, I didn't fail 1,000 times. I learned 1,000 ways not how to make a light bulb. And it comes through trial, it comes through error. This week, the podcast about podcasts, it's really a podcast about just being willing to step out. And one thing I said to my business partner, Kyle, I said, bottom line, the more content we make, the more successful we'll be. The more content we make, the more successful we will be. And that's an indicative kind of a business and growing a community. But it's true. The more things you try, the more successful you will be. The more fulfilled you will be. Because the winner isn't the person that won before everybody else won. The winner is the person that was willing to lose first and was willing to get it wrong first and had the ability to learn and adapt and adjust first. We see it all over. You know what I'm talking about. You feel it. So I hope that through listening to this today, you'll make a decision. You'll make a decision that puts you in a place that is willing to fail, that is willing to execute right now. My business coach, Dave Meltzer, that I had on last week says, you accomplish 100% of the things that you do now. That's what it is, because you're willing to do it. And this week I learned that front and center. I wanted to share it with you because that's the perspective and the clarity I got by doing it. And a few days in, I'm like, I can't believe I haven't done this sooner. So thanks for spending some time with me today. Oh, I didn't mention this in the beginning. I want to. We are putting on an amazing event in Las Vegas. Actually, I have this is a trading card. Yes, that is a hand-drawn version of me. It's a troublemaker card. We are releasing the top 20 troublemakers in the automotive industry. Got some stats, got some hand-drawn images. That's just one. There are 19 others. We're going to wrap them up. It's going to be an amazing event in Las Vegas on October 12th at the Mirage. It's during Digital Dealer Week. If you can be there, I would love to meet you in person and spend some time together. We still have tickets available. It's probably going to sell out. Our last event sold out. We're going to do this amazing podcast experience. Dave Meltzer's going to be there. Darren Doan's going to be there. Glenn Lundy's going to be there. Carrie Wise is going to be there. All kinds of people are going to be there. We're going to have a lot of fun, amazing swag. We have some amazing giveaways. I'm looking at a sick pair of noise-canceling headphones, the ones I use. I'm looking at an Oculus Rift 2 that Facebook gave to us to give away. We're doing a mobile projector. We're doing an iPad. It's going to be amazing. If you want to join the party, you can do so by going to the website for Automotive State of the Union, dealerspushingback.com, and just there's ticket button right there. You can buy your tickets, dealerspushingback.com. I hope to see you there. Even if you're not in the auto industry, it would be an amazing time to jam. And guess what? Darren Doan is helping produce the event. He will be there, the one and only. So if you know Darren, you know what spending a little bit of time next to him is going to get for you. But until then, execute. Do something. Take a risk. Don't be afraid of a rough road. Let it teach you something. Let it make you stronger. Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, not weaker. Thanks for listening. I will talk to you next week.
We came to fight.